Hey everybody, what's going on? Emo Tempest here, and now it's time for everyone's favorite set review from the Hidden Trials, the water cards. I don't want to sound biased here, but they are pretty good. We got Knight support, Scion support, Monster support, and Dancer cards. I think that's going to cover a lot of archetypes in this set. We're going to definitely see a lot of these come through, both at a lot of different junctions in the meta, I think. I think Knights is going to continue to show its presence. I think Scions are going to make a big comeback. Monsters are going to not only be limited to Tori Kelly playing them, and Dancers might surprise us. But yeah, let's get into these. As always, if you like this stuff, don't forget to like the video. It means a lot to me, guys. Let us start with the monster stuff, right? So we have this little group right here. We have Gizamalook, we have Quina, and we have Fens. I don't want to say they're all staples because Gizamalook might be the only one that doesn't fit in there, but I feel like the other two will be staples going into any monster deck. If you're able to hit another monster off the top three of this, he's going to be solid. Playing this off of the, a Realm 2 won't be too bad. Again, it's all contingent on hitting the other one, but if you depends on the level of monsters you're trying to play, this one is going to never miss, right? Now, if you're playing in a more earth-based, obviously you'll take the mirror because your chances are higher, but that's okay. Queen, on the other hand, is finally getting her moment in this game. When a monster enters either player's field, draw a card. This effect will only trigger once, and then she has removal, a real cheap removal. So reduce something by 3,000 for each monster either player controls. So, and then Witch of the Fens, when she enters, if you control a monster, draw a card and put a monster in your break zone, choose a forward, it loses 7,000 power. Yeah, these are all great abilities. These are all solid things. The three of these are going to support that list very much. That's all I gotta say. The Dancer support. Now, we did get Portia, Lilith, and just a generic one. They're a little far from each other, so we're not going to scroll through them the same way. But I'm gonna stay here at Portia while we talk about him. Portia is a new name, which is highly welcomed in the Dancer package, along with the generic backup. We can keep it more water-based, I think. The Lilith set might be the only problem. It'll take some time to see what the other versions of Dancers are and that can exist between the one we have now. But I think Portia is good, right? When she enters the field, if you control two or more Dancers or card name Dancers, draw a card. When Portia enters the field, choose a forward your opponent controls. If you control four or more, put that forward to the bottom of its owner's deck. So two to draw and remove is great. The Dancer name isn't going to be a problem. I said, we already have so many generic ones, and now with Portia and the ones we have now, what's his name? Forget the other guy, but this Lilith set, it's going to be good. They have a little bit of an engine, more value for your plays, more control, more better bodies on the board, and that's it. Scion's got some support. We are going to start off with the Urianger. So Urianger and Tataru are going to be excellent backups for the deck. Urianger's had some problems in the past where he's gone to lightning, he's looking for monsters, or he's bouncing stuff. The last one, I think was we got, was a 2-drop that reveals 2. Grab a Scion. This is a backup that reveals 4, grabs you a Scion, not a 14 character. So this is going to obviously be more, limited in that respect, where it's, have to be in your Scion deck. But that's good though. It's on curve, EX burst. You're going to play this guy at 3 for sure. And same thing with Tataru. Draw a card. You can only use this ability if you control 4 or more Scions that's sent on your turn, and only once per turn. Yeah, once per turn is fine. Any more would break this card. I thought originally that I'd like to be able to activate this up, but after going over this list more and going everything more carefully, I've realized it is an extra draw card a turn, and that's the name of the game, right? Am I drawing 2 cards a turn like everyone else, or am I drawing 3 to 5? And those are the turns that make the biggest difference. So this is gonna help speed things up. Also, I didn't know there was this many other Scions, right? We have these 2, and then this guy's not a Scion, but he's not that great anyway. Yeah, Alpha Nod's decent, but I think I like the other Alpha Nod. Obviously, we want to keep things here for for namesake and consistency, so the backup might still see play. It's not bad, right? Again, these Scions from both this and the Lightning package are just going to make Tidal so much better for these Category 14. Next, we're moving on to Fremelda. Yeah, I don't know if everyone else is like changing their minds about this one, but I haven't yet, right? I think this card is still the best one in Water. It's just maybe I'm overvaluing it. Multicolor decks are everywhere, and this one should fit in just fine. It has two modes, removal and pressure, right? I can just continue to add characters on the board that do things on entry. It is 4 or less, so it doesn't matter. I don't have to cast these multicolored cards out of my hand like naturally anymore, right? So cheating things in is going to be the best way to take advantage of this. Pick your favorite multicolor, pair it up with this in your deck, and you're going to play it at least one more time than you normally would, and that's not casting it, right? So I think this is going to be a great control card. I'm currently just living in Earth Water, maybe Soiree with this one, but I think it's very good. So next we have the Leviathan, I think was my other hot take. No, not this guy. He's actually interesting, but I don't know if he's worth it. Doesn't really do much. Same thing with this guy. So choose a card in your damage zone, add it to your hand, draw a card, then put one card from your hand into the damage zone. Its EX burst effect will not trigger. I mean, that's plus CP any way you look at it. Move a dead card for a card that got hit in damage. I think the values outweigh the value is definitely outweighs anything else at this time, and it's a 1 CP quick cast. When you have stuff like 5 CP Yuna, and just any kind of cast count deck too might take advantage of this really well. Obviously, you just need to wait till you take some damage, which is fine, right? In a deck like that, you're trying to set up anyway, so the damage is inevitable, right? It'll be questionable what kind of game you're playing if you're both setting up and no one's taking damage for that long. But yeah, I think this card is good. Should see some play. And then we have Young, Examil, and Rahal. We talked about these two. These got spoiled a little early on. I think they're good. I think they have potential. I'm surprised we didn't see an older version of them, right? Because they say their effect states that they're also card name, Examil or Rahal in all situations. So I hadn't maybe expected, or now I'm going to be looking for it when we see an older version of them. I didn't play 11, so I didn't know where they come from or what they're about, but I think these cards might fly under the radar a little bit early on, and then people will revisit them. They are crystal dependent. We have a lot of new ways to generate crystals. This set, in terms of mechanics, brought warp, crystals, and limit break. So there's no multicolors. Probably, I think next set. Actually, I don't even know if this set we can. Oh no, yeah, next set has them, right? It's limit break, multicolor cards. So we might see less crystals and things like that. But yeah, I think they're good. You can use Examil to bring this guy out or any other 3-drops. He's going to gain crystals and pump your guys. The other guy has protection for himself, I believe, again. So just a little cool toolkit. Yeah, he gets 9,000 power and cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities. Yeah, he's got a cool set of abilities. So yeah, the last ones are just the limit breaks, I think. We are moving on to Knights, which is gonna pair up with that. Same thing I said about Dancers. Altenia here has a new welcome name for the Knights deck. And then when a job knight control attacks, choose a forward to gain 2,000 power until the end of the turn. Assuming there's no Charlotte or Auron, they're gonna be able to punch up higher. Pair this with Beatrix comes in, then they're all gonna be punching up even bigger, right? So the 3 cost is interesting too, right? Because it doesn't pair in with the current 2-drop spam we have. It also protects us from Ixion a little more in a weird way, because now we can play the 1-drop Agrius more. So I think between Altenia, Rain, and then that Agrius, we can definitely change the number or the forwards we decide to play in that list. And then having a Limit Burst Beatrix is just the icing on the cake, I think. I wasn't expecting some complete tribal synergy like this so soon from Limit Break, but when she enters, when Beatrix attacks, choose a forward. If you control 3 or more Job Knight forwards, break it. You play this one first, and then anticipate playing the Ramza or the Corilla after, right? Because you want to be able to get this as fast as possible, right? You float her first, and then you play the other ones. That way, when she enters, she can attack, and then you have all that set of control that the deck does. Yeah, it's gonna play it. The Limit Break deck for Knights right now is weird anyway. It's just some Leos. You maybe play a Zac. You want Little Leela for dumb cards, but this one works as both a sense of removal for Sid Randell and other things. So it's good. It's definitely gonna make it a problem for other decks. And lastly, Luna Freya. I can't wait to see what this one looks full art and foil from the pre-release. But yeah, it's a great card. I have a feeling this one might trigger people. We already hate EX Bursts, but being able to draw a card that we want and trigger an EX Burst is going to be sick. So expect this one to be in a lot of decks. And if you guys see it being played on you and it upsets you, come back to this video and tell me, like, yeah, you were right, bro. This is annoying. Because I think that's what she's going to do for a lot of people. Excuse me there, guys. But yeah, that's it, man. That's the set in a nutshell. I think it should be fun. Now, I probably should put this for another video, but I don't think there's anything too crazy this set. This is a weird support set. Change up a lot of things, but there's no Warrior Lights, right? There's no big bangers, right? So it's gonna take a lot from us creatively, which I love, to really open this format up. Please, guys, leave your thoughts down below. Tell me what you think. Which one of these water cards are you guys gonna try? The Griffin Knights, or are you gonna do Monsters, Knights, Scions, or Dancers? I can't wait to see what we all come up with. Hopefully, I can, show you some cool stuff in the next couple weeks for deck profiles. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.